And welcome to I Protest. This is Donald Jeffries coming to you from just outside the swamp infested Washington, D.C. So we do every Friday at this time. Today we have a return guest. Steve Cameron is probably familiar to most of you. He's done great research. He's with Steve Cameron Productions. He and I think, were two of the first ones to. I don't think either one of us fell for COVID from the beginning. So we were posting stuff all the time. And I didn't know, Steve, if you heard or not, but one of the others who was there from the beginning just died the other day, John Rappaport. I don't know if you heard that.
No, I didn't.
No, yeah, I got notified because I was a subscriber to him. So he had been on the show a long time ago, and so rest in peace. He did a lot of good work. So Steve has been researching lots of things, and now he's got his fingers on this Tyler Robinson case, which is what we're going to discuss today. And he's done some great work, and he's going to give us his research expertise. And we have Greg Lake, attorney, who is also researching this, and we're going to share his work as well. So we're gonna share the screen as we've tried a few of them out, and the sound worked on at least one of them. So we'll do what we can. You guys who watch my show know this is always kind of it's a very live thing. So we have their glitches happen. It's like 1950s TV. So anyhow, so welcome to the shows, Steve and Greg. So Steve, let's start with you. Obviously, you and I go back a ways with JFK assassination, COVID, and everything. Now Tyler Robinson thing. So, how did you get interested in this? What attracted you about this? The parallels with JFK?
Yeah, pretty much from day one. I just started seeing the Fed slop being fed to the American people from the first newscast that started dropping. The Bigfoot footage that they showed us of the person supposedly on the roof running across the roof, and they're trying to say that was Tyler Robinson somehow. It looked like the person running on the roof and getting off the roof didn't have a weapon on him. So I would think that was probably the first thing, the first thing that really stood out to me.
Yeah, no, it's certainly is. Greg, how about you? Are you in our conspiratorial world, or are you relatively normal and this just attracted you?
No, I'm absolutely in a conspiratorial world. I mean, to the point where I think this term conspiracy theory or theorist, which really was developed further out during COVID, right, to really beat up people who are asking questions. Yeah, I'm completely in y'all's camp. And in this particular instance, it was the immediate political posturing in an attempt to divide people on the trans furry issue, right? So like that immediate political posturing got me kind of like, hold on. And then, I'm from Northeast Texas. I've shot guns and hunted my entire life, and telling me that was a 30-06 wound to the neck were kind of two things for me immediately, where I was like, whoa, hold on now. So yeah, that's what really perked me up, and why I started my channel, really, the Entheogenic Esquire, was to really discuss and research and talk about this case. Yeah.
Well, one of the things, I'm no expert on guns, but I've certainly heard a lot like that about the Mauser, and also how difficult it is to assemble and disassemble. I think we'll be able to see whether or not how legitimate the defense team is by the kind of witnesses they call. So there should be plenty of gun experts out there that they can call to say, is this does a Mauser usually have an exit wound, and does it do more damage than this? And also, how hard is it to assemble and disassemble? So they haven't done that yet, but I don't have much confidence in these cases. But from what I saw of the female attorney the other day, she did pretty well. I mean, I didn't have too many complaints about her. I don't know what you guys think. What do you think of his defense?
Kathy Nestor, yeah, I thought she did a pretty good job.
I'll say this. I think they did an okay job, but let me tell you, whenever they let God, I'm sitting here, the agent, the main agent,
Agent Brian Davis, SBI agent Brian Davis from Utah County.
When they let him off that stand without cross-examining him, got some major issues with it now. My conspiratorial mind started going.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Pretty good there, because I mean, especially real quick, they had filed, because he talked about when Tyler was, taken into custody and all this, and March 30th, they filed one of their media opposition motions with a piece of a transcript that pretty much pins that Tyler was being Mirandized at like 6:25 p.m. on the left, basically in direct contradiction or opposition to what he was testifying to, and is really a key piece of, these text messages, the Discord message are really foundational elements in a sense of the state's case. Yeah, how they let that man walk off the stage and out of the courtroom without cross-examining him, I'm still trying to piece that together.
Yeah, Don, if you're not familiar with what Greg is talking about here, Agent Brian Davis, he I guess he's been an agent there in Utah County for the last 18 years. There's that 18 number again that they were pushing. He supposedly he went on the stand yesterday, and there's documentation showing through court discovery files that the prosecution turned over to Tyler Robinson's defense. And I have the document up here right now on the left side. This is a transcript of Tyler Robinson at the Washington County Sheriff's Office at 6:25 p.m. being Mirandized on the evening of his arrest. That's in quotes. That is right here in the transcript, on the evening of his arrest. And if you read through the transcript, it's 6:25 p.m. One of the officers right here is reading him his Miranda rights. Tyler says that he doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to talk without an attorney. He says that his parents are trying to get an attorney for him here named Doug Terry. Doug Terry practiced law in St. George. That's where Tyler's from, and that's where the Washington County Sheriff's Office is. It's right here in black and white, right in the transcript. It's on video, but so far the state has not turned over that video. CBS News and Scripps Howard, they filed what is called a grandma request to get the video of Tyler Robinson entering the sheriff's office in Washington County. At first they said, well, the dog ate our homework. Okay. We don't have it. And then they give him some stupid excuse saying, oh, we don't have footage of Robinson in the cell. And they said, no, we want all the footage that you have available of him entering the office or anything at the office. Then the Utah County Records Division came back and said, well, that actually it tapes over itself after 30 days. And then they came back and actually said they admitted that they had the video, but they weren't going to release it to the public because they didn't want to hurt Tyler Robinson's chance at a fair defense.
Yeah, it was because it was involved in litigation, essentially. Yeah, exactly.
But the transcript is right here, and it's time coded, so we know that he was in there. And also, Greg had mentioned Baron Coleman, I believe earlier, or I don't know if you when we were talking earlier before we started the show. Yeah, Baron Coleman discovered that there is video. It's labeled on the right side here. These are the prosecution's own exhibits that they released, and this is all public information. And it says right on it, video at WCSO, Washington County Sheriff's Office on 9/11/2025, 3996. And over here on the left side, sorry, Greg, go ahead.
In the footnote, in the full page there from that, in the footnote, it says excerpt from 6:15 to 6:50 to 7:15, meaning that now they didn't put PM or AM, right? But obviously we can deduce that I would imagine they meant to put PM. So so not only do they say it's from the 11th, but 6:50 to 7:15.
Exactly. And the Bates stamp, now this is what's known as the Bates reference numbers. And during legal cases, the judge, the prosecution, the defense have this number, and they will refer to this number when they are presenting their evidence. And so it makes it easier for them to find it. And up top, you see Bates 000007. This was early in the release of the discovery documents. So these zeros are just padded out because this is going to go into probably the thousands at some point. And they would say 7, and then they would go to Bates 3996. It's right here, 3996. And right here also, there's another. This video here, the Washington County Sheriff's Office, this is probably, who knows how long it is. It's probably hours long, and there's different versions of it. One version is for the prosecution, one is for the defense, and these different, where it says R2, R1, these are just different versions, different excerpts from that same video inside that Washington County Sheriff's Office. And why this is so important is because the prosecution, the state of Utah, is trying to put Tyler Robinson to death. And yeah, based on one of their one of the legs of their case on a three-legged stool is a Discord convention that took place at 7:57 p.m. on September 11th. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's an hour and a half after his butt was in the Washington County Sheriff's Office being Mirandized at 6:25 p.m. And when we had mentioned Brian Davis earlier, see let me pull this up. Let's just take a second. Let's take one moment. Sure. I'll go back to that. I hopefully everyone can see this. This is the booking sheet. This is Brian Davis right here. You can see my cursor circling B Davis. That's Agent Brian Davis. This is the Utah County inmate booking sheet. It says the arrest date, 9/11/2025, 10 p.m. Arrest officer Brian Davis. Okay. The arrest was outside of Utah County, and he admitted this on the stand that he went to Washington County, which is about 4 hours driving south from Provo, Utah, which is Utah County. He says that he took a flight. Yeah. Now, Barrett Coleman says that they actually have a Fed plane that flew down there that we already knew about, that we thought FBI was on, and he's trying to say he was on that flight. We don't know if he was, because that flight landed at 11:30 p.m. Yeah. So Brian Davis, his story now is that he got on that flight, flew to Washington County, landed, drove to the Washington County Sheriff's Office with FBI and I believe Prosecutor Ryan McBride, we'll talk about him in a little bit here, saying that he didn't arrest Tyler Robinson until around midnight. So basically September 12th now is his story.
Yeah.
And I believe the reason
so you're saying when Davis wasn't cross-examined, did he testify about this stuff? This is what they should have cross-examined him on, right?
They didn't, though. That's why, Greg had mentioned. Yeah,
because Don, it's basically like this. If Tyler Robinson was in custody, and the thing is, they should have him on video at 7:57.
Yeah, they took his phone and everything away. He couldn't have been. He couldn't have.
He wouldn't have been able to post the major confession, right? So it's like, them not hammering him on this. Again, maybe it's something I'm missing as a lawyer, but I know me is if I were Tyler Robinson's defense, like I would have been itching. That would have been the moment of this hearing for me. Essentially, this is Brian Davis right here. This is him on the stand yesterday. Yeah. And so, and then they let him off the stand. The defense didn't cross him. And then they went into, the defense was like, well, we have a witness that we have to get on the stand because this is the only day she can testify. So they let him come down. And then today, I think Greg and both me and Greg were thinking, hey, the defense is going to cross-examine him and put this booking sheet right in his face and say, hey, why does your story not match this booking sheet? Why doesn't your story match the 6:25 p.m. Miranda Tyler Robinson? What's going on here? So I really do think that this guy right here went up on the stand and lied. And Greg, I watched your stream last night with Adam. Yeah.
And Adam from the Real One podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm right there with you, buddy. I think this whole thing it's kabuki theater at this point, because they recessed today and they're not coming back until September. Yeah. And the defense didn't put this. Yeah. The defense didn't put Davis back on the stand to cross-examine him. So I think at this point, I think they're in on it. Honestly, that's what I think.
Yeah. Well, Candace Owens will question it. No one else will. But I mean, this is incredible because this is what I thought. I mean, I didn't think it would be different, but what makes this different is that it's under scrutiny. Because in the past, we didn't have this where we'd have podcasts like this with whoever's watching to be able to analyze it.
Can you imagine if we had this with JFK? Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, everyone going back to the Boston bombing. I mean, Timothy McVeigh, even as recently as the Boston bombing, we don't even know what happened in the show trials of, Jared Lee Loughner for Gabby Giffords and obviously Sandy Hook. Adam Lanza didn't survive, and then you had the one with Batman Aurora Holmes. They had we didn't see this kind of coverage, so we could see how ridiculous they are. But now you're seeing, but again, if you look at those comments on X, I mean, I've been, they don't pay attention to me. I try to get their attention, but I'm saying, what you're making it, you keep saying this is evidence of Tyler Robinson's grainy video. There's no face. It's not a slam dunk. And then you have the car. Did
you see that today? Did you see what I put up?
No.
You want to see it real quick?
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's see if I can. Well, real quick, I just don't want to jump too far ahead. Just so everybody knows, see what they're trying to claim now is that Tyler Robinson wasn't arrested until September 12th. And the reason why, again, it doesn't fit that Discord confession at 7:57 p.m. on the 11th.
So there's a confession on Discord. That's what's on there.
That's it's basically saying, yes, hey guys, it was me at UVU. Sorry, thanks for the laughs. It was basically what he said. But they sent out the Washington County Attorney's Office after Baron Coleman brought out that Miranda being Mirandized at 6:25 p.m. Through those court documents. The Washington County Attorney's Office looks like they sent out one of their deputy attorneys. Her name's Courtney Sinagra. She came out and said, "Oh, I have an explanation. Robinson was actually that Miranda was read to him in Provo in Utah County at 6:25 p.m. on the 12th, which makes no sense at all whatsoever. Because, like I said, yeah, Provo is 4 hours away from Washington County, and right in the transcript, Tyler Robinson says he's trying to get an attorney here. Yeah, he hadn't left Washington County. And right here, so right on the day after Robinson was arrested, see the Washington County Attorney's Office, they debunked their own deputy attorney right here, September 12th, 2025, underlined, this is on their official Facebook page. The suspect, Tyler Robinson, was arrested in Washington County last night. They posted this at around 8 a.m. on their Facebook. So last night would be September 11th, when Agent Davis, according to his booking sheet right here, arrested Tyler Robinson at 10 p.m. And it would have taken, now let's say Tyler Robinson was actually at the Washington County Sheriff's Office at 6:25 p.m. Mm-hmm. Sheriff Nate Brooksby held a press conference on September 17th. And his story was that he first heard about Tyler Robinson at 8:02 p.m. when his friend, a former deputy sheriff friend, called him and said, "Listen, I have a family friend that contacted me and said that he's the one that is responsible for what happened at UVU yesterday." Is
that the same family friend that Candace is saying basically got him to turn themselves in and said a SWAT team was going to come and stuff?
Yeah, that's connected. Apparently, his name's Mike Mitchell. Yeah. And apparently Tyler also had a pastor. So they went through Mitchell and they went through this pastor to help arrange this peaceful surrender, which I believe that's probably what happened. But the timeline doesn't match Nate Brooksby's. Nate Brooksby came out at his press conference and said, "I first heard about it at 8:02 p.m., which would have been just, a few minutes after that Discord confession that they had to fit. And then Brooksby said, then I called Sheriff Smith in Provo to let them know we have a suspect named Tyler Robinson, so we need to arrange a peaceful surrender. So at that time, he said that he called them at 8:04 p.m. Then that's when Brian Davis of Utah County was notified, the State Bureau of Investigation agent, to go get Tyler Robinson. Okay, so he had to know if this booking sheet is correct at 10 p.m. and that arrest was made at 10 p.m. Davis had to know no later than 6:25 p.m. that Tyler Robinson was in custody, because he had to get all his stuff together. He had to get his team together. He had to get his paperwork together. They had to get their flight together, because he said he took a flight. He said the flight was about 3 hours from the time he got on it and landed, and he was on a fixed wing plane, he said. And he said now he's saying that they got there at 11:30 p.m. But I do believe there's a massive cover up going on to cover up the actual time Tyler was actually arrested and Mirandized. There's a journalist on X. His name is Diligent Denizen, and he is in contact with Tyler Robinson's family, close family members, and they have stated to Denizen through text messages, and he's posted them on his X page, They say that Tyler surrendered in the afternoon of September 11th. That's when he went to the Washington County Sheriff's Office. And they also said that the sheriff, the police there, took his phone the moment that he got there.
Well, and this is all great stuff. And if those of you like familiar with the JFK assassination and anything else, people like us and researching, this is minutia that's really important. But the problem is with the normies and the other side, if you look what's being, because I keep asking all of them saying, can you make a post? First of all, can you tweet something without calling somebody a retard? And also without talking about Candace Owens? Can you do that? Yeah. Without those two, just post with the other, but slam dunk case. Oh, the case is falling apart. Candace Owens is going to be sued, and her husband's going to leave her, and all this terrible stuff. And all the they don't address any of the evidence. This is essential, because obviously, if somebody understands, I think the audience understands that if he was already in custody and his ability to post anything anywhere had been taken away, which it had, who posted a so-called confession later that implicates somebody from trying to and then why, and this is what really makes me mad, is that I was halfway talking up that one defense attorney, but this is what we see every time. Going back to Bruno Richard Hoffman, these are the kinds of attorneys that these guys get. The Boston bombing had that woman who's I think was the Batman's attorney too, that loses every case, which is supposed to be an expert, and she said he did it in her opening argument. That's the kind of stuff they get. That's why when Alex Jones had the show trials, wow, we finally get to put some of this stuff on the stand. No, it wasn't allowed. Yeah. And so we can't, if you put this stuff on the stand, even what you're showing so far implicates, and we get to the car with the bald guy driving and the three passengers. We'll see if the defense even does that, but a public defender could tear these people apart. But if they don't call them, if they don't cross-examine, and the other side, doesn't notice, and how many of us do? So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But go ahead.
One thing I was going to say real quick, Don, in regards to the attorneys, is I'm pretty convinced too that one of the reasons they chose the death penalty was because that gives the county very much tight control, not only over who the attorney's going to be, but over the budget for experts and all these other things. And so I think that there was a lot that went into making sure that there was, in a sense, controlled opposition in this case. But again, with their failure to cross-examine, Davis, I'm not totally unconvinced that they weren't completely in on the thing.
And it will be interesting to see, because we've heard Tyler Robinson's family says in private he didn't do it, but the prosecution and all the the MAGA, what's left of the MAGA people, are saying, they all said he did it. They all said he did it, and his mother's cooperating with the prosecution and all this stuff. We don't know. Erica Kirk is hugging Charlie Kirk's mother when they supposedly were against her. Maybe this is all scripted, but I mean, we never see these, when it comes down, push comes to shove, if they have a show trial like this. And I have no confidence that, for all I know, Tyler Robinson's going to start smiling really weirdly constantly, and maybe he'll go up there and confess. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are. I have no confidence in this, though, when they're not even cross-examining a witness like that. That makes no sense.
No.
Tyler Robinson's grandfather, he's actually on audio recording, a journalist, Elizabeth Lane. She's been covering the case, and she's been at the hearings in Utah. And she has him on audio saying that he thinks Tyler's being framed, and that he doesn't think that because they're saying that it's grandpa's rifle. And he said on the audio that his father was a cop and had taught him all about ballistics, and he grew up hunting, and he knows that rifle couldn't have done that damage, that little hole in CK's neck, Charlie Kirk's neck, with no exit wound. I believe that from ammo, they yesterday, I believe the ballistics expert did say it was, the ammo was I forget how much the bullet actually weighed, but it was a legit bullet. It wasn't an old round. It wasn't a frangible round. It was a 30-06 round. And if that would have hit Charlie Kirk in the neck, he would have had an exit wound the size of a fist behind him. And with that white tent that was behind him, there would have been a blood spatter the size of an open umbrella.
Yeah.
No doubt. But Don, back to I wanted to show you what I posted today. You too, Greg, if you haven't seen this yet. and the audience.
Mhm.
This yesterday, or no, this would have been on Tuesday. I believe the second day is when they showed what appears to be Tyler Robinson's Dodge Challenger driving through the UVU parking lot, supposedly. And the prosecution used this as evidence that Tyler was there on campus at several different points throughout the day. And right here, here is the image. Now, I don't know if you can see this image, but this image here of the Dodge Challenger that the prosecution used, they're saying it's Tyler Robinson's that was at the UVU campus in the parking garage. You can see right here that there is it's called a lip chin on the front of the vehicle. Can you see that? It's circled here, or it's in the rectangle. And this is his car on the right side. This is the day, I guess, that he was arrested, or the day after. I think this photo was taken September 12th. It does not match the front end of his car. It's two entirely different front ends. Wow. This is fact. This is what is, you get this when you buy it through the factory right here. This is an added lip chin underneath. If any car people are in the audience, I think they would probably agree. Also, the exhaust has what's called a quad tip exhaust system. It has 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see it. This is the rear end of Tyler Robinson's car as it's being towed. It has dual. It has 1, 2. You can clearly see 1, 2 on each one. So this is what's called a quad tip.
And can they really read that license tag too? They said they could. I don't know. Maybe they can zoom in. It doesn't look that clear to me. I
don't think they could. That's why we're getting all these fuzzy images.
Yeah, because they claim. That's why I said they're what identification and Candace Owens, they've ridiculed her for the maroon shirts thing. Well, her whole point was that too many people were wearing maroon shirts that day. So somebody in a maroon shirt with not showing the face, that could be anybody.
Yeah, that's Tyler Robinson's favorite outfit, apparently.
Yeah.
The maroon shirt and jeans. And I think that Candace Owens is the only person that released an actual clear, crisp picture of Tyler Robinson from the Dairy Queen, the surveillance.
Yeah.
I believe she was the one that first released that. She was able to get a hold of it.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, if I could share my screen, I have a post from X from this guy named Chris Martinson, who I think is working for the CIA secretly. Anyways, he shot some ballistic gel. He's trying to recreate this 30-06 shot, right?
I think I saw that. Yeah.
But I want to show real quick, just the ballistics gel that he shot has what would be a proper exit wound on a shot like this. I don't think he shouldn't have intended that any of us see this, but just by way of illustration, the exit wound on the ballistics gel is literally like this on a 30-06 shot.
Sure.
And it's absolutely incredible that people would, again, I guess if you're not into guns, don't know much about guns, but just for me, it's like not only does that not look like a 30-06, if this was a true thing, like, unfortunately, Charlie's head might not have still been attached.
Yes. Yeah.
But hey, don't worry about it right now. If it's going to Don, let Steve keep rolling with it.
Yeah. Okay. We said maybe at the end when he stops sharing,
if we get around to it, no big deal. No big deal.
I don't know about sharing two at the same time.
Yeah. He's on a roll. You're good.
Greg. No, I know exactly what you're talking about Martinson. Yeah, he did some similar stuff with what was it? The up in Pennsylvania.
Oh, Trump?
Yes, he did some stuff with that I thought was kind of sketchy. But I do know about the gel that you're talking about.
Yeah.
The entrance wound. I mean, you can see it. It blows a huge hole. I mean, so I don't know what his angle is. It seems a little sus to me as well. Hey, Don, Greg, I'd like to get your opinion, and Don as well, but you from a legal standpoint. I caught this yesterday. Okay. Just watch the judge pause. Let's see if hopefully we can hear the audio. Let me turn it up as high as it'll go and I'll full screen it. This is, on the stand here. This is Agent
That's Hall. I think.
David Hall. Yeah. It's not in response to what he's saying. It's to what the judge says here. I'm going to play it. Hopefully the audio comes through.
Is there any footage of the alleged shooting? There is not, Judge. Okay, I just want to.
Did you hear that? What do you think, Greg?
What do you say?
That was a long pause.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Alleged shooting. Let's take a listen to it again. You tell me, Greg. People on X are saying. I mean, some people are saying, "Oh, he's just saying that to be." Yeah, he doesn't want to seem like he's taking one side or the other. But here we go. Let's play it one more time.
Is there any footage of the alleged shooting? There is not, Judge. Okay, I just want to clarify.
The alleged shooting.
Interesting, huh?
Let me tell you this too. So the screwdriver. So the prior police witness, I think his name is was the first police witness. God, what's his name?
Bagley.
Yeah.
Bagley.
So if you get a chance, if you go look at the footage for when they brought up the screwdriver with Bagley. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Both Bagley and the judge. Look, and my brother-in-law is here with me. He's a Green Beret, and he's actually, he's an expert in intelligence gathering, stuff like that. So he knows how to read people's reactions and stuff. They were so nervous. I thought both of them were going to jump out of their skin whenever the screwdriver conversation came up. It was pretty incredible. I've never seen a judge react that way to anything in a courtroom before. Trust me.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I watched your stream. What was it, yesterday with Adam?
Yeah, I couldn't help but laugh.
Yeah.
Even though it's not funny, it's really not funny at the end of the day. I just couldn't help but laugh because it's like, what a joke. What a joke.
I don't have that particular clip, but I do have the one where they are discussing the DNA. Do you want to take a llisten? Maybe we can kind of figure out what they're trying to talk about here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this, I believe, was on Wednesday, and the state's witness is Sergeant Jen Fuamayuna. She testified that Lance Twiggs' DNA matched both the screwdriver supposedly found on the roof of the Losi Center and the towel that the 30-06 rifle was wrapped inside of when it was found in the woods near UVU. So here's the audio for that. So if your audience isn't familiar with Lance Twiggs, that's supposedly the furry trans roommate that
that's the transgender lover, yeah.
Got a sweet immunity deal apparently to say some naughty things about Tyler.
Yeah.
So here's that audio.
To the relevant results that will be discussed by the other expert, as well as the results of the items.
Having a hard time kind of hearing.
Yeah, that sounds a little
okay. Hold on one second. Let's jump on over to. I have it on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I believe that'll be a little bit louder. Just take 1 second. And that would be, is it channel? No, that's not it. Oh, that's our friend Adam.
Podcast.
That's our friend Adam. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. Just gave Adam a plug.
Yeah.
Where is that at? I just had it. Okay, here it is.
Attention, Your Honor, to the relevant results that will be discussed by the other expert, as well as the results of the items we've discussed, the towel and the screwdriver. That's all.
All right. The court will overrule the objection and allow a brief overview of it, not going line by line, page by page. So if it is brief, I'll allow that.
Thank you. So if you'll read item 7.1 to the word contributors at the top of that page, if you will.
Yes. Male DNA was obtained from item 7 sub 1. Item 7 sub 1 was interpreted as originating from two individuals, one of whom is Twiggs. The DNA results from item 7 sub 1 and what are 1.7 octillion times more likely if Twiggs and T. Robinson are contributors than if Twiggs and an unknown, unrelated person are contributors.
Thank you. Let's skip down to item 8.1. Do you see that bolded and underlined line there?
Yes.
And this is relating to swabs of the handle area of the screwdriver. that right?
Yes.
Will you read those same 2 paragraphs there? Male DNA ending with contributors.
Male DNA was obtained from item 8 sub 1. Item 8 sub 1 was interpreted as originating from 2 individuals, one of whom is Twiggs. The DNA results from item 8 sub 1 are 30 quintillion times more likely if Twiggs and T. Robinson are contributors than if Twiggs and an unknown, unrelated person are contributors.
Okay, thank you. A couple of foundational questions before we finish for now. First off, do you know who Twiggs is?
Yes.
Who is Twiggs?
Twiggs is Lance Twiggs. He was a roommate of Mr. Tyler Robinson.
And do you know if Lance Twiggs's DNA was obtained for comparison in this test?
Yes, it was.
And how was that DNA obtained?
It was obtained by law enforcement officers.
And was that by a buccal swab?
Yes.
What is a buccal swab?
A buccal swab is basically like a Q-tip or a swab that we'll just place in someone's mouth and just scrub the inside of their mouth to obtain the cells.
And then that Q-tip is then packaged and sent to the lab for testing and comparison?
Yes.
And was the defendant, Tyler Robinson's DNA, also collected in the same manner?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Thank you. Nothing else.
So what do you think about that, Greg and Don?
I see.
Let me say this real quick about the DNA generally and about what they found. Just so everybody's aware, a towel, if I'm a person, and this kind of goes to the heart of the kind of conspiracy that maybe Lance Twiggs had something to do with Senator Tyler Robinson, is that if you were to dry off with a towel, okay, that thing is loaded with your DNA. So were Lance to acquire one of Tyler Robinson's towels, okay, and put it on a gun, put it on a screwdriver, put it on anything else, that's going to transfer all that DNA all over the place, okay? And so, I've been looking at all this DNA evidence just with that in the back of my mind, and I know that probably doesn't help. And to be honest, y'all, I haven't had a chance to really dig deep into the DNA testimony. But yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the defense call the FBI's DNA person on direct testimony today? Or do I have that wrong? I'm sorry.
Oh, was it today? I know they flew in their own expert yesterday, and they put her on the stand. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, I don't think she was FBI. I think she was out of DC though, Washington DC.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe she was FBI. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that, and let me say this too. The DNA obviously is still not 100%. That there's multiple contributors, right? And I think that the fact that it's not as solid 100%, all these shows, CSI, I think that are all part of Operation Mockingbird, to be honest with you. I think most juries in this day and age are going to require a higher standard than what they're going to be able to deliver in this case. And so, so I don't think the DNA evidence is nearly as solid as they're going to need it to be, in my opinion, right? Or at least most juries. I think the media's done a good job about trying to convict Tyler Robinson in the court of public opinion and the state, more so than they have, obviously, in the court of law. And so, unfortunately, as weak as I think the DNA evidence is, man, they seem to have been doing a pretty damn good job of just, pre-convicting, I guess you could say, Tyler Robinson out here in the court of public opinion.
What did you guys think of it? One thing I noticed is twice I think that expert said that it was quintillion times likely or whatever, that it was the DNA of Lance Twiggs and someone else. Why would then say Tyler Robinson and someone else? To me, that indicated Lance Twiggs was the dominant DNA. She did it twice. She didn't say
it was a little confusing. It was a little confusing. And they asked, when the defense cross-examined her, she did at one point, I believe she said 95% on one of the tests was Twiggs. Yeah. And then I think the prosecution came back on redirect and said, wait a second. Then she said it was 95% Tyler. So it's very confusing. I don't know if they have their story straight, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's
and that lady was nervous too. Oh,
she was, yeah.
Let me
We
say
did the
this.
swab in his mouth.
Yeah, let me say this. So I haven't done just a ton of criminal litigation per se, so I'm no expert on it, but I've done some drug cases at the federal level. And these federal analysts, let me just say this, because most federal cases plea out. Okay. And so these analysts are hardly ever called to court, I think, as you can see here, to account for their results. Okay. And so my opinion, based upon my experience, is that these analysts, I know they surely have in drug cases because I've called them out. They fudge numbers and statistics and all that against criminal defendants, in my impression, pretty regularly, right? And so some of that nervousness might be because even here, even though it's not that solid, they might have absolutely fudged it still against Tyler Robinson in some way. My impression, just to throw it out there.
Yes, and I really think we're seeing a real-time frame-up of Robinson with this testimony that these people are giving. It looks like at least two of the officers that were involved in investigating this guy, David Hall. I wanted to play this audio. I don't know if it's going to be loud enough, but he was when he was put on the stand by the prosecution, and Greg knows this, and I think Don, I think you know about this too. He talks about this Nest camera footage, the Ring camera footage that was in the wee hours of September 11th. So it had been around 12:30 a.m. on September 11th, and they were trying to put Tyler Robinson near the scene of where the 30-06 was found in the woods, and that he was coming back to try to retrieve the rifle. And they have ring cam footage of what kind of looks like a Dodge Challenger that pulls up in front of this house. It's very grainy, very blurry footage. And it has edits too. And the car pulls up, and then it cuts, and then it shows it sitting there, then it cuts again, and then it shows it driving away. They don't show who really gets out of the car. And he says that he believes that it's Tyler Robinson's car. And this is Kathy Nestor, one of Tyler Robinson's defense attorneys. And she puts him on cross-examination right here. And she gets him to admit that the people that turned in that ring cam footage said that there were 4 people in the car. One of them was a bald man who was driving it.
Yeah.
A bald man and 3 other people were in that car. And then she calls him out on that. She's like, "Oh, you forgot to mention that when you were on the stand earlier yesterday when the prosecution was asking you about it." Do you want me to try to play the audio? I don't know.
Give it a shot.
If it's too low, we'll cut it. But this is the best I can do.
A little bit about the Ring camera that you obtained, and you interviewed a woman named Ms. Noble. Is that right? To get that Ring camera that we watched with the car on the outside.
The audience hear that? Okay, let us know in the chat.
Interviewed her to verify the authenticity of the video. Yes.
And were you involved in that interview?
With Miss Noble.
Mhm.
Yes.
And do you recall what they told you about what they remember seeing in and around that car that night?
I don't recall. I just know we were there to verify the video. I didn't conduct an interview with Miss Noble at that time.
Okay. Can we please bring up whole? Sorry, just a moment.
She's good. I actually like her. I don't know why they didn't cross Davis.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. And the problem is there's nobody but us that's gonna question this. There's nobody. I mean, it's a basic thing. I mean, that right there that could exonerate him right there, or at least would implicate somebody. And even if they claim it was a joke, trying to frame him because he couldn't have done it.
Let me say one thing too. I know many people might not have caught this, but that Agent Hole, whenever it was kind of towards the front of the cross-examination, but Nestor was asking him about the fact that, like, when he got there, they already had someone in custody, and I think they're talking about what's his name, Zen, right? And she's
George Zen, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
what
then
happened to him?
Shoot me, I did it.
she was asking him, so that came down,
Yeah.
and then, where they, you were told that they've ruled him out and that person had gotten it wrong by, arresting him. And he said, well, that wasn't the person that I was looking for, the shooter I was looking for anyways. Like suggesting that he knew somehow that wasn't it, that there was some other shooter that he was looking for. And so some of it's just been very blatant, if you ask me, like some of this framing and laser focus on Tyler Robinson to the exclusion of other potential suspects. It's been blatant a few times in this hearing, that being one of the major ones I saw. They're just admitting it. Like, wow.
Absolutely. All right, I'll try to play it. We'll see what happens. She's going to ask him about it right here, I think. Here we go.
Do you remember that? Looking at that interview, does that refresh your recollection?
I remember.
Well, what's it?
All right. Do you remember that?
Wait. Okay. So hold on 1 second. I think she already asked. Did she ask him?
I don't think so. But it is low. So at
Here
least
it
one
comes.
person in the chat said it was low.
Do you remember that? Looking at that interview, does that refresh your recollection?
I remember reading the report at some point, yes.
And do you remember that the Nobles told you that the driver of the vehicle was bald?
Yeah, I do remember that being in the report, yes.
And you didn't mention that today when you were talking about that ring camera, did you?
I did not.
And did they also tell you there were 3 other people in the car?
Yes, I believe they thought that was the case.
They told him that.
Wow. Yeah, conveniently omitted on the direct examination.
Now, she got him to admit that, but I think she didn't go on and say, well, how do you explain that? Did you try to look into this? I mean, because again, you introduced 4 other people in the alleged assassins of vehicle that day.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What else?
Yeah, no, you're right, Don. I mean, while they did hit on some of the good points, it just was none of the passion was there, right? None of the passion and like the emphasis. And like, even when they denied to do the cross-examination of Davis, if y'all notice, it was like very conveniently Davis's direct testimony was done like right at the lunch hour. And then like the denial of the cross-examination was really low toned, really low key. And literally within, I think 10 or 15 seconds after they denied it, they cut for lunch. Done. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. This is the photo that they were talking about here of the car. Can't you tell that's Tyler's car, everybody?
I can tell that's Tyler too, man. Oh yeah, I can see it so clearly there.
He's smiling. Yeah, it's unbelievable. That's when it's so sad to see, because a lot of these people are the so-called influencers, and several of them were ones like Cernovich and Liz Wheeler that held up the fake Epstein files folders, outside that were chosen for a reason. But to see these people, what's the guy, Barnes, the guy that was Alex Jones' attorney, who is, he's arguing so strongly for the prosecution. I don't think Alex Jones is. So it's amazing to see. It's like the entire anybody that still calls himself a Republican is all for 10 toes to the ground on this. Tyler Robinson, it's a slam dunk case, and I don't understand why. It's anybody who's disputing this, because the left really doesn't care, but anybody who's disputing this are people like us that have realized that that was fake, and we're trying to be independent. But it's really sad to see.
Well, let me say this. There's a influencer on YouTube on the left named Adam Mockler, and he's a younger guy. And the other day I was watching a show of his, and he just in a drive-by commenting, basically, because he was talking about how bad Kash Patel is. But, all he says is that he actually said that he told his audience that Tyler Robinson, he called him the shooter, right? No alleged, no suspected shooter. He said the shooter confessed to his dad, and that's basically the only way that Kash Patel was able to get a suspect. But it's like the indictment doesn't even say that. The indictment at least said that he implied to his parents. And so I'm just very confused why the left even at least in this one instance, is not only towing the feds law narrative, like they're literally this guy was making more incriminating statements than what's even contained in the information or indictment. And quite frankly, there seems to be enough, at least circumstantial evidence, to suggest that pretty high up figures on the right were maybe even directly involved in the incident. If I was on the left right now, I would be jumping all over this, right?
No,
I would be jumping all over this.
Real Aspen donor in the chat says, who was the 2P? And that was just kind of dropped in the middle of other testimony where somebody mentioned how Tyler Robinson met with some TPUSA people that day.
Yes.
What the hell was that?
Yes.
You want to know who they were?
Yeah. So Blake Neff, if your audience knows who Blake Neff is, he works with TPUSA, and he was there at UVU, and he's on team prosecution. Tyler did it, from everything that I can see. He went into a Spaces and X Spaces, and somebody asked him about that, and he basically said that he knows who it was, but he wasn't going to reveal who it was, because he's like, I don't want anyone to harass them. And any contact, this isn't verbatim, but he said basically any contact that person had with Tyler Robinson, it was innocent. Nothing happened.
Sure.
Wow.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he basically admitted. So that somebody that looked like Tyler Robinson, or who they're trying to say is Tyler Robinson, had contact with members of TPUSA. Greg, I wanted to get your opinion about this, because I think I had asked you in a YouTube comment if you had seen this letter that prosecutor Ryan McBride, is an email that he sent to Sheriff Nate Brooksby, right, like a few hours before Brooksby gave his press conference, because Brooksby, he was interviewed on September 16th, and he basically corroborated that Robinson had invoked his Fifth Amendment right at his sheriff's office. Yeah. And that would coincide with that 6:25 p.m. Miranda in Washington County. This is the email. I don't know if you had a chance to see it, but this is what Ryan McBride sent to Brooksby just a few hours before Brooksby was going to give that press conference. Hold on one second. Sorry. That's as big as I can get it. So basically, Ryan McBride, he says, I was driving in my car today and I heard you were going to give a press conference. And then later on, and he's got typos in here. This is like an official email. There's typos in this email. And then in all caps, it says, do not mention that Robinson invoked his Fifth Amendment rights. In all caps.
Yeah.
And then that's when Brooksby went in front of the cameras in the world and said, I didn't hear about Tyler Robinson until after 8:00 p.m.
Yeah. It's amazing. And the state with the press, another one, right, is when they went to the press in response to when the ATF report was published, right? And one of the statements that the press made is they basically told TMZ that, they're going to generate another report, and we know that report is going to support our conclusion, essentially, that this ballistics will match. Mm-hmm. It's incredible what they've done, what's been uncovered, brought to the public attention, yet they're more or less proceeding as normal. It's kind of like you're intentionally telling a sheriff to be misleading or omit material information to the public who have a right to know. And by the way, for your audience, Don, the sheriff here in question that gave this press conference that Ryan McBride looks like he's reading the Riot Act to, not to mention anything about Robinson invoking his Fifth, Nate Brooksby resigned in disgrace on March 27, 2026. He had allegations come out that he had sexually harassed another deputy's wife while they were partying in Las Vegas, and that he was changing witness statements on another case that was in Washington County, and basically charges of corruption. And instead of participating in the investigation, Brooksby retired. And that was on the same day. That was on the same day that the defense discovery documents showing that Robinson was
at his Washington County Sheriff's Office on September 11th at 6:25 p.m. He resigned the same day. So I don't know. And I think maybe it was, I'm not sure if it was you, Greg, or maybe Adam that was talking about it from Real One Podcast, that maybe that whole story with Brooksby, he was given $100,000 severance.
Yeah, hush money. Barron mentioned that. Yeah,
maybe
Barron
this was all
that.
concocted. Maybe it was all concocted just to make him go away. But I wanted to get your opinion from a legal standpoint, Greg.
Yeah.
What would that do to say, Brian McBride's case that, obviously Tyler invoked his Fifth Amendment when he was at the Washington County Sheriff's Office. He's telling Brooksby, don't say a word about it. What would happen if Brian McBride got him back to Provo and said, hey, Tyler, we know you invoked your Fifth, but, don't you want to talk to us? And what if they were playing, what if they scared him? What if he said some stuff out of fear? I mean, can any of that be used after he invokes his Fifth there?
No, once he invokes his Fifth, that's it, and let me say this though, obviously the prosecution would probably say, well, because in a way, the public could perceive someone invoking their Fifth potentially, right, as, oh, well, they're guilty. A lot of times it comes, unfortunately, with that negative connotation, right? But in this instance, obviously we know a different reason why he probably wanted him, right? Because he didn't want it to be public that he invoked his Fifth because of when he invoked his Fifth, right? Being before this confession came out. And so, it's really muddled in this situation. But, to me, it's like, I think anytime a prosecutor is going to tell another law enforcement official to be deceiving or not upfront or candid, like instructing a law enforcement officer not to be candid with the public. I mean, how are we supposed to now trust that McBride or any other law enforcement official that he's, having for instance, like, all right, in Lance Twiggs' testimony, where McBride is sitting there basically reading him the evidence and stuff like that, that really reflects on that as well. Yeah. So if I was the judge, I would have probably tried to remove McBride from this case once I found that out.
Yeah, I mean it's and we got a lot of nice comments in the chat room, and I may in a little bit bring people on if they want to have questions or whatever. But I know Steve, you have some more stuff here.
Oh, sorry about that. Let me mute that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
No, I say go ahead and continue if you have more stuff. Let's talk about it.
Well, we had mentioned we played that clip with Judge Graff kind of taking his time. And then he said the alleged shooting.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to read into that too much, but if your audience members, maybe you are as well, Don, familiar with Baron Coleman, excellent Charlie Kirk investigation researcher. He hosts the Real Baron Coleman podcast. I'd love for you to get him on your show one of these days.
He's probably too big for me. Candace has built him up, boy. His audience has exploded because she advertises him quite a bit.
Well, he seems like a good guy, and I think you guys would probably get along. At least very like-minded. Seemed like very like-minded. He released, so he's been in contact with this person here, Charles McClintock Wilson. I don't know if you can read that. That's the photographer that took a bunch of these photos of the event at UVU, and he captured. It's not super graphic. I don't want to scare anybody, but this is going to be Charlie Kirk's body, this photo here. So right here, Charles McClintock, this is a previously unseen photo up until about two weeks ago. Charles McClintock Wilson sent this photo to Baron Coleman and said, you can see this, but don't publish it. But it was, I guess, the full picture of it with Charlie's head hanging. He definitely looked unalived. And so Baron didn't share it. And then I guess he reached out to Charles McClintock Wilson again and said, hey, listen, if I crop it, can I share this photo? And he said, yeah, you can. And so he released this. This photo right here, I want to give everybody kind of what's happening. This is Charlie Kirk's right nipple. And below him, so down here would be his belly button, down here. He's being carried to the SUV by his security team right now. It looks like something may have been strapped to Charlie Kirk's
so
chest.
it looks like his shirt is already off. Didn't we have
Yeah,
testimony
well,
from that guy that very dramatically cut his shirt off at the hospital? I thought.
So what you can't see in this photo, because Barron had to crop it, the shirt is pulled up kind of up around his chin, because they're like carrying him. And this is one of the photos that Wilson was able to capture, and this kind of goes back to the theory that there was something, possibly a wireless Rode microphone underneath Charlie Kirk's shirt that exploded, similar to the exploding pagers that our greatest ally had sent out to their greatest enemies.
Yeah,
Gentlemen, I'm fixing to have to run. I've got a litigation meeting right now. I just want to say, God bless each and every one of you. Thank you very much for having me, Don.
thank you, Greg. You want to give out any links or anything? Or?
Yeah, so I put it in the chat. My YouTube channel is The Entheogenic Esquire. I'd be more than honored and happy to have anyone who wants to come subscribe to me. Both of y'all, I would love to do more shows together. Y'all, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. Sure. I would love to come back on with y'all. I really did enjoy this. I absolutely did.
Well, appreciate
Thank you so much, Greg. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah,
thank you for doing it at such short notice too.
Yeah, well, thank y'all. Yeah, I had to squeeze y'all in, man. I really enjoyed this. I hate to have to go to this meeting, but I had a prior commitment to it.
Sure.
But thank y'all very much, and God bless. And let's follow up again.
I really appreciate you. I really appreciate your work, Greg.
Thank y'all, man. You too, Steve, and you too, Don. Y'all have a beautiful weekend, man.
Take care, Greg.
God bless. Thank y'all.
God bless. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. I'm so happy he was able to do that. He told me, he'd only be able to do the first hour, and I think he went over a little bit. But he's a really great dude. Entheogenic Esquire on YouTube, and he is also over on X. So definitely go over there and follow his X page and his YouTube channel. Great guy. So this photo, it looks like something possibly was either taped to Charlie Kirk's lower right chest torso area. And this is about 25 seconds after the Big Bang happened. So people are trying to say, oh, maybe this is dried blood or whatever, but blood really doesn't dry that fast. It looks more like, it looks more like bruising to me. And you can see a distinct line here and right here that goes across and then back up.
So they moved him that quickly. They moved him that quickly and had his shirt up.
Oh, it was fast.
Okay.
Oh yeah. He was on the ground, and they got him and threw him in the back of the SUV. There were EMTs on standby. They had life-saving equipment in bags with them, and they're just standing there waiting. What do we do? Do you want us to kind of go in the SUV? And no, they didn't let the EMTs get in the SUV with them when they transported him to the hospital. There was the only people that were in that SUV were Charlie Kirk's people, like his close circle of people, his security staff. They let this other guy named Frank Turk get in there, and supposedly he was Charlie Kirk's pastor or somebody that he liked. I don't know why they let him in the SUV and didn't let the EMTs in the SUV. I think I know why.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want anyone to see this damage right here.
No.
I think because if you watch the video, which I don't have that prepared to play, but anybody can find the video of whatever happened, whatever unalive Charlie Kirk, you can see some very strange things happening under his shirt. And it looks like something shoots up into his neck underneath his shirt, and I think that's what cut his jugular, and that's why there's no exit wound, there's no bullet exit wound. I just believe that the reason he just bled out. I believe that this is my own personal thoughts. I don't know if they're Don's or not, or anyone in the audience. Okay, so don't crucify me, please. I believe that there was either a wireless Rode mic that was put underneath Charlie's shirt, which is strange because if you look at all the other TPUSA events, they put the Rode mic on his collar on the outside of his shirt. And then maybe there might be one or two right before the UV event where they did put it underneath, but I believe that was maybe a test run to see how it looked and if they could get audio that way. And even Candace Owens said it, and I'm friends on X with one of the people that used to mic up Charlie, and he said they always put it on the outside, and it makes no sense that they would have put it underneath. So I thought that was strange. But then when this picture came out, I'm also thinking possibly that there may have been what Charlie Kirk might have thought was some audio equipment that they wanted to strap to his chest. And I'll show you that. There's an image here, right here. I don't know if you can see that really well, but you can see this circle where this is circled. There appears to be something pulling in, and like maybe a flap of skin coming out and over. That's his nipple right there. But it looks like something is possibly right here on his body. No, there it is. That's a better picture. I don't know how clear you can see that, but it looks like something is possibly strapped to his body right there. And we're thinking maybe something like this here. I believe it was Allie Top Files that she's on X, and she's also on YouTube. Her and her husband, Chris, they do excellent work. I was trying to get them on here to join us, Don. They couldn't do it. They did like a 5 or 6 hour live stream today for the preliminary hearing.
Sure.
And there was more stuff that she had to do, and she wanted to, and she asked to maybe do it another time if that's okay with you. And I can try to put you guys in touch if you'd like.
Sure.
But we think possibly there maybe something was strapped to his body that caused this damage.
So you think Candace Owens is basically right about the exploding mic?
I think so. Yeah, I know a 30-06 didn't do it. I know a 30-06 didn't do it.
And she showed all those pieces in the SUV, and that looked like. And then of course,
absolutely,
we know the SUV was auctioned and sold the next month.
Oh, they got rid of it real quick. They got rid of it real quick. I'm told that in when there's a like in a capital murder trial, when somebody, especially somebody high profile like Charlie Kirk, all that stuff is supposed to be held onto. You would think the vehicle that they transported onto the hospital, that would have been, well, they did the same thing with JFK's limo. And they hose it down right away. Oh, in Butler, Pennsylvania, they hosed the roof down right away. Remember? I mean,
yeah.
Trump
doesn't want that investigated, his own alleged assassination attempt, and nobody wants to investigate this Charlie Kirk thing. They just can't wait to this. They want this guy Robinson executed.
Oh, I think so.
Have you ever heard this? First in my life, I wish Greg, I could have asked him that, but I should have asked him. But I've never heard. We all know that the Constitution grants every defendant the right to a speedy trial. Since when does Erica Kirk have the right to a speedy trial? They keep saying that. What do you mean she has no rights to it? What are you talking about? It's ridiculous.
That is a new law in Utah, apparently. That was passed. Yeah, I think it was passed. It was. I believe it was either passed right before the event at UVU or right after it.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So it's brand new. So it's very, very, very sus, in my opinion. But there's a guy by the name of John Bray. He's an explosive expert, and he does all he focuses on is this exploding mic theory. And I'm friends with him on X, and maybe I'll try to reach out to him and see if he would want to do a show with you at some point, right. So your audience can, and so you can see what
Fogel points out the crime scene. Yeah, it was paved over the next day, and again, we have the camera that was behind it. Terrell Farnsworth, who just took it. And wasn't Terrell Farnsworth the same guy that strangely was taking a selfie right after the assassination? What was that?
Oh, it's so strange, that guy, Terrell Farnsworth. He within minutes of them picking up Charlie Kirk and putting him in the SUV, Farnsworth and the guy that put the mic on him, named Philip Goldsberry Jr., were standing there at the tent, and Farnsworth took the chair that Charlie Kirk was, unalived in, and stood on it, put it up below the camera, stood on it, and pulled out the SD card out of the camera.
Yeah.
And then handed it off to it looked like he handed it off to Philip Goldsberry Jr., who then walks out of frame, and then you don't see him anymore.
But when law enforcement got it on a flash drive, they didn't even get the SD card.
Exactly, that came out in the preliminary hearing. Yeah, that came out in the hearing, and then I think it was when Blake Neff for TPUSA got into X Space a couple of days ago. Somebody asked him, like, "Hey, you know Farnsworth, why don't you get on the phone with him right now and ask him if he actually turned over the SD card or put it on a flash drive?" And so the police are saying that it was a flash drive, according to the testimony that I heard.
Yeah.
So they don't even have the original footage.
No,
and also, I believe it was he supposedly, I think his story was Farnsworth that he told Candace Owens that he grabbed the SD card so he could turn it over to police.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently that flash drive wasn't turned over until May, just this last May.
Yeah. And why was we now know that thanks to Ben Shapiro, we now know that his security team was being updated by Charlie's security team. And
I saw that. Yeah.
According to the text from Candace Owens, Charlie hated Ben Shapiro. So why would his security team be thinking of any? And now Tim Pool, I don't know if you saw on X, is getting in it because he's just going full Zionist now. He's probably having more private.
I can't stand that guy.
Oh, he's horrible.
Baldilocks. I cannot stand him.
He's so installed. I mean, obviously somebody put him there, but he now is claiming that, well, this is not strange at all. My security team was updated too. You know, all these guys have security teams. So why were they updating you too? Really? His security team was contacting all these influencers, Zionists.
Well, apparently the people that were in that SUV, supposedly they were, one of them was, I think, on supposedly a continuous live stream the whole time. So he couldn't have called Shapiro.
Yeah.
I doubt the security person that was driving the vehicle was on. I mean, I just think it's all total fed slop BS. Personally.
Yeah. No, I think so too.
I don't think Shapiro talked to anybody.
Do you, Steve? I usually before this, I don't know how much. If you have anything else important you want, because I think we're gonna have to do more than one show on this, but I always like to have the audience and have a lot of new faces that you must have brought over. That I'd love. What I do, guys, is I always put the link in the chat, and then if people want to jump in, it's like taking phone calls, but it's better because it could be video calls if you all wanted it to be. Some people are fine with that being on video. If not, you can be just turn your camera off and you can be on audio. But if you have questions for me or Steve or to just make comments, there's the link in the chat there. So if you want to come on, just go on in.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, so we did just, and it's amazing just what we've seen here today. We really haven't covered, but I learned something again. It's very disillusioning to know the defense did not cross-examine, but that's the kind of behavior. I've been investigating these things for so long. This is always what happens. They always get these kinds of defense attorneys. They don't do the job. Go back to McVeigh, people like that. That they don't. If they did their job in any of these cases, they could. I mean, stuff like that. You have them dead to rights. What could that guy have said? I mean, he could say what they said. I guess that they got the date wrong or whatever. But come on. And it probably would fool most juries. But unfortunately, that's a problem too. But go ahead if you wait and see if anybody jumps in here.
I was going to try to pull up Agent Davis's
Tyler Robinson.
Oh, sorry about that. Hold on one second. I was going to try to pull up Davis's what he actually said on the stand, so people can kind of get a grasp of what we've been talking about here. 1 second. Let's see if I can find it.
Okay, right. Come here.
Yeah, I believe. Wait, is that it? I know I put it up here. Yeah, this is it right here. So this is less than a minute long. I'll turn it up. Hopefully we can hear it. If we can't, we'll go to something else.
Okay.
Agent Davis, if you would like to come forward and be sworn in.
Okay, so that's him right there, and I want everybody to listen to what he says, and then we'll compare it to the booking sheet.
You do solemnly swear that the testimony you shall give in the case now pending before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
All right, Agent, if you wouldn't mind having a seat. To your left is a water bottle. And after you're seated, you'll have to adjust that microphone, pull it down, and then pull it toward you to ensure that it is picking up your voice and we have a good record.
Okay, so I do take that back. This is just him taking the stand, but we'll let him give his credentials here.
All right, Ms. Hunt, your witness.
If you could please state your name and spell your last for the record.
Yeah, it's Brian Davis, Davis.
What is your occupation?
I'm an agent with the Utah State Bureau of Investigation.
Okay, so that was him taking the stand. I don't know if I actually have his testimony. Maybe I do. We'll take a look.
I mean, the important thing is that he wasn't cross-examined, which is inexcusable. We have RB Ham from the Great White North. I don't know if you know RB Ham, Steve, but I know he's interested in you. He's impressed.
Hello. Yes, sorry. Definitely. Yeah, I believe I know him as well. I believe
he was involved with the Canadian. He was involved with the Canadian convoy, one of the truckers up there, and they went after him and fined him a bunch of money. Very, very courageous guy. How you doing, RB?
Hey, I'm doing good.
You enjoying this?
RB.
I'm in the background here.
How's it going?
I'm not in yet.
I put you in. Where are you? I don't know. I hear you.
Huh, that's funny because I'm not being shown.
Yeah, you're not.
Go back out and come back in.
Yeah, come back in. We got somebody here. In the meantime, Alley Trophies. Are you there, Alley Trophies? Okay, I see.
Hi, Alley.
Why isn't she up there?
I am here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I saw you for a second. Okay, there I see you, but I can't see you on screen for some reason. I see you at the bottom, but
A little bit of an echo.
so how are you? What you?
Hold on a second.
Is this Ellie Top Files?
This is.
Ellie, hey! I'm glad you made it.
Okay, now I see you. Okay,
It's been a long week.
Oh, that's the Alley you were talking about. Okay,
Yes.
I heard about you.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yes, amazing.
Thank you
Ellie
so
is
much.
amazing, everybody.
You're amazing, Steve. You're awesome.
Thank you. Well, thank you, but I think you're definitely amazing, and so is Chris.
Yeah, Chris is
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
He's a cameraman and audio expert. He's done camera and audio tech for quite a few years. He can fill you in on his experience.
Well, tell us what you've been doing, Allie. You've been looking into this deeply, into the Tyler Robinson case?
I have been doing other things before this even started. I've been doing like Amy Bradley case. I do like true crime conspiracies and all that kind of stuff. But I started this back in, I'd say after the memorial when Erica Kirk spoke. I just thought something was off, and I decided just to look into it further. And as I did, I didn't have social media. I had nothing. I'm just a person that was behind the scenes helping prior to all this. Yeah, and I contacted some YouTubers and I said, listen, you got to put this out. You got to put that out. And I had a lot of information and I sent it to YouTubers. I sent it to Barron. I was on the Barron show. I was on Mr. Lecco. I was on Trigger Smart. I was on, like, I had nothing back then. I was just a person with information. Finding.
You've been doing a great job. You've been doing a great job covering the preliminary hearing as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I want to hear your thoughts when you get a chance. What happened today? They just abruptly they're going to recess until September now. Is that what's going on?
That's what's happening. So a video was shown of the roof, right? Rooftop.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the raw video. It was the rooftop video. So you know the video that we've been seeing a lot of is the TMZ copy or whatever it is that gets pushed in and zoomed in and follows him off the roof through the parking lot. Well, that's done after the fact. So what they wanted to review, from what we understand, was the original video. And that's the one they didn't want published on media. So it was just available to people in the court, as far as we understand it.
But I have somebody that's in Utah. So I have Teresa Better Life. I don't know if you heard of her, and Brandy. And
I know Brandy, yeah.
Okay, so I just got a message. They were in the courtroom, right?
They got in today after camping out all night.
They were in there yesterday and today. And literally, she just said 30 minutes ago, I was in the courtroom today. There is no high quality zoomed in footage showing anyone taking the shot. The video shown is the same distance as the footage of Tyler jumping off the roof that we've all seen. So she was literally in the courtroom today, and this is what she said. It is the same footage.
Okay, so there we go. So we got some confirmation.
So I have somebody that's in the courtroom saying this. She got to see the footage that they wouldn't let us see.
Wow.
And now we're stopping everything and we're holding off till September 1st.
Yeah, so by what she just posted there, right?
Yeah.
Is she saying that it's the same video we've all seen, or was it the actual raw video?
Maybe it was a little bit clearer, but she said it was still, you can't tell who it is.
So it was still, in her opinion, too low definition to make a positive ID that it was in fact Tyler Robinson.
She said it wasn't high quality. It wasn't high quality. It was zoomed in footage showing there is no high quality zoomed in footage showing anyone taking a shot.
Okay.
So the video I did see a couple of days ago at the hearing was they showed him like supposedly climbing up to the roof and getting into position apparently and laying there prone. I didn't see that, but that's what they were saying was being shown.
Correct.
And then I forget the prosecutor's name, but he said, Judge, I just want to let you know we don't have footage of the actual shot. So he did say that. Yeah. Didn't he? I thought he said that. Yeah. And then I was trying to tell people on X that there's no video of the shot. He's like, oh, people on the Fed sloppers were like, oh no, they're just talking about those batch of videos. Mm-hmm. They have it. Oh, they have it. No, we haven't seen anybody take a shot.
When they were in court, they said they didn't have it, right? They didn't have
right. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Shot. Yeah. So we don't have the actual shot. We don't have a clear picture of Tyler Robinson, even in an interview. His back is turned. We do not have the Dodge Challenger, 2 different vehicles, not the same. We have 2 different backpacks. We have 2 different hats.
I can't hear anything up here, Steph.
What's that?
Oh, I think that was RB. Is that RB?
Sorry, I'm talking to my wife. She was asking me something. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, man. We have 2 other people that were lining up. Allie, just hold on. I want Joseph first. I see you. You have a question, Joseph?
Yeah. I have a question for anybody, really. I haven't researched this topic much, but the one thing that stands out to me more than anything, it was the dynamic going on between Erica Kirk and JD Vance. And I'm referring to things like him escorting Charlie's corpse or Erica Kirk gripping him like she's in love with him. Does anyone on the show have anything to add to the dynamic going on between Erica and JD?
That's irrelevant.
Yeah. It's the Vance Kirk ticket. I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, I think much of Candace Owens' work has been built around that and looking into the background of Erica Kirk, and there's so much stuff there that you can't help it. I mean, I wrote a Substack today, and I make fun of it too because she's always dabbing her eyes front and center, and the people that think Tyler Robinson guilty, I think they think that's evidence. Well, Erica was dabbing her eyes in the courtroom. I mean, that's how it is, and so much of it is that you can't. like I was talking before you came on, Allie, and the others, to Steve about for the first time in history now, but apparently they passed a law in Utah that someone other than a defendant has a right to a speedy trial. They're claiming Erica has a right to a speedy trial. It's never heard of before. What are your thoughts on that?
I know it's a great place to, have an event, I guess, then if this is
yeah,
if this
very fortuitous.
I mean,
I have to say, if you wanted to allegedly, pull off a heinous act, it seems more and more likely, like, there's only a couple places literally in North America you would want to do that.
yeah. And I had an explosive live stream. It was so bizarre. Like Candace went on holidays. I don't know if Steve might know about this. So Candace went on holidays, but before she went on holidays, she had an emergency live and she had SUV pictures to show.
New ones, apparently.
New ones. And I was just online looking up old, clicking on old SUV pictures and stuff. I wanted just to do some more research. I come across a post, a man online that just has 100 followers. He has nothing, right? And I was like that once, and I had nothing. And I just clicked on it, and I said, "Oh, well, that's weird. These are the Candace photos, but it had the license plate." And I went, "What is going on?" So I said to him, I go, "Can you DM me?" He DM'd me. I took all the pictures, and I went, "Oh my God, this is explosive. It has a license plate, the SUV's license plate. We're going to find out where it is." And I just told Chris, I go, "We got to go live on this." So I did. And as I'm live streaming it, the guy that posted it, Mike, came into my live stream. He said,
Mike V, right? Was it Mike V?
Mike V. He said, "I sent those to Candace Thursday." And I go, "Oh my God, you're in my chat." I go, "Do you want to come up?" And he came up. So I did part 1 and part 2 of that. And we found out all the information right after that. As soon as I posted it, all the internet sleuths are like, "It got auctioned. It was in California. Then it went to," so they got it from, it drove from California to Utah. And then the crime happened. And then it got auctioned, cleaned up, auctioned, shipped back to California. And then from there, we don't know where it went. It got shipped again. It got serviced at Jessup Autos for an oil change and all that in California. And then we don't know where it is.
And I'd just like to add in for Don's audience, the vehicle we're talking about is the SUV that drove Charlie to the hospital after his fatal injury. And that's the vehicle we're talking about. Literally the last thing that ever transported him.
And we talked to Blake.
Denali.
There's no ambulance there, obviously. Yeah, but there's a lot of comments about Candace.
Yeah, no ambulance there.
No ambulance there, no EMT, nothing. But there's a lot of people in the chat room that are talking about Candace. Most people don't trust her, I can see, at least in my audience. But do you guys find it funny? I mean, first of all, I think it's a little strange coincidence that she went on vacation right when this was happening, because it would have been nice to get in-depth reports from her every night. And secondly, apparently there are reports that either she has been trying to contact the defense or the defense may not be interested in her, because it seems to me she knows more about this case than just about anybody. So why wouldn't they have?
Yeah, I think a lot of people.
Yeah. So, I mean, of course, there's so much hate out there for her. I mean, that, every post from the people that support Tyler Robinson being guilty is all about her typically. But do you guys think that is there a chance she would be joining the defense, or why isn't she?
I don't know, to be honest. And I think if that was ever going to be a possibility, that is not going to be released until trial and probably at the last minute.
Who knows when that's going to happen, right?
Yeah. So like that would be like my guess on that. And I kind of agree with you. The timing of her going on vacation was just a little weird. And she did put out the pictures of the SUV, but nobody would have had a chance to dig into that further. We were kind of just lucky that Allie stumbled across a Facebook post, which led her to an X account. And she just decided to go live on it. Otherwise, we would have been waiting until Candace got back to be able to talk to this guy and to get more pictures, because since then we've actually got a picture with a time and date stamp. It doesn't have full metadata, but at least points us into a time frame now of where and when the vehicle actually was.
And I think she didn't. So what she did was she knew Mike she knew Mike sent her these photos, obviously. So Mike is not the one who took the photos. It was
A client of
a
his.
client. He's a barber. So his client, he cuts hair. So his client works at the auction. That's what happened. And the client took the
Ellie.
photo.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going. I'm
So-
sorry. I didn't mean to
yeah.
cut you.
That's okay. So the client took the photos and he said that, Charlie's SUV's here. He's like, oh my gosh, send me the pictures. It took him a while before he sent it. Yeah, if you go look at my live stream, Mike, it was a lot on Mike's shoulders. And he just said, I just want to like share these pictures. So Mike posted it first, just to be clear. Mike V posted the pictures Thursday. Candace went live on an emergency live Friday. So she probably knew that he posted it because she knows his X account. So maybe a lot of people couldn't find him, but I found him. That's what I think.
saw that all happen as it happened. I know people were accusing you of manufacturing that. I actually saw you had sent that in a comment. Can you DM me? Because there were so many eyeballs on that post. And my question to you about that, Chris, has it been determined was he the one that sent her the original photos, or does Candace have another? Well, the original photos, because from what I heard from Mike V, is it Michael V? He said that he only sent her the ones recently. From what I thought, that's what I thought he said. But she was sent photos back in like December, I thought.
Right, and those are different. Even you can
Those
imagine.
are different. Okay.
Yeah, if you can imagine, a lot of people work on the lot. A lot of people are taking pictures now. What I was told allegedly that the pictures that Candace got in December were from an officer that blurred out everything. She didn't blur it out. Someone else blurred it out. The ones
Right, and Baron Coleman had shared some of those, I think, too.
And the ones
at
that
some point.
Mike V posted, nothing's blurred. Everything's the windows are not blurred. Everything's there. The license plate. We found out where the car was. The car was auctioned. So I had a chance to speak to Mr. Blake Neff because he was on a space on X.
Yeah, I was telling Don about that earlier. That Blake was on the. Go ahead, but I want to hear those.
He answered you? Well, that's good.
I asked him a question. He kind of stuttered a bit. I go, "Where's the SUV?" He goes, I don't know. And I said, okay. I heard it was auctioned and it was from California, I just wanted to see what he would think. Like, what would he say? It was from California, got driven to Utah. That happened. And then it went back to California. He goes, well, I don't know. Whoever rented it. And I said, well, it was actually owned. It wasn't rented, but he wouldn't answer the
Why wasn't it impounded by law enforcement and kept as vital evidence? It should have been an exhibit.
Right.
Very good question.
He said they didn't need it
Perfect
anymore.
question.
That's what Blake Neff said. They didn't need it anymore. I go, well, that we're still in the beginning
Like they paved
stages of
over
the trial.
Didn't need that anymore either. RB Ham has been at their pace. I want to get RB Ham, our friend from up north. Sure. RB, do you have any questions or comments for these panel of experts here?
Hey, RB.
Where do I start? I mean, but here I go. This has got all kind of staged, controlled opposition, staged event. All this stuff is woven into this, and it reminds me of the Alex Jones thing. Now, remember when Alex Jones was put on trial for those trillions of dollars and blah blah blah. The judge did not allow him to present a defense, and that was allowed to just go through. So I don't even think that was a real court. I don't even think that was a real legal procedure. I think it was all just for show. And Alex played his part to show that if you ever have any questions about Sandy Hook, you too can get $1 trillion payment against you. Meanwhile, Alex Jones has not lost his influence or anything. He's still all over the place. They never shut him down.
Yeah.
They sold his website. The Onion has it now. Well, he's got another one up and running, and who cares? Nobody's watching the Onion website now. So it's an absolute joke. And just like Trump staged show trials also. Oh, geez, the Democrats are coming after him with all the lawfare, blah, blah, blah. That was all staged. They're all in on it together because nothing happened. But it gave him legit It gave him legit cred in the MAGA world. Oh, look at the Democrats are coming after him. He's fighting against the deep state, blah, blah, blah. And this is the same damn thing. I mean, come on. They didn't cross-examine that officer.
Yeah. Can you believe, Allie, what do you think of them not crossing? I mean, what do you know about the defense team? Because I was halfway impressed with the one woman, Nestor, or whatever, that one day. But them not making that's just inexcusable not to cross-examine him on such a crucial point. And then you're not going to see him again until September. It'll all be forgotten. I mean, how do you lose an opportunity like that and not expect people to think it's all rigged?
We were all like, object. I mean, and there was just nothing, right? We were like behind I was streaming it as I was in the chat, putting updates as it was happening, because people didn't know what was going on. And obviously, if you were watching it from day one, so Lance Twiggs did have his testimony, right? And he wasn't sure if that was Tyler Robinson or not, correct?
Tell me, Allie, was Twiggs turning into a man? Because, I mean, he had a deep voice, like deeper than most guys I know. I mean, what was going on with that?
I don't think he was.
Yeah, so like that could be very possibly just part of the Fed slop they've been trying to shovel down our throats for like 9 months. Because like I can't really picture a more hetero-looking furry in my entire life. Like the guy's built, he's got broad shoulders, you know, he's got a deep voice, like he sits properly and, you know, looks you in the face and talks to you. Like I just see a lot of testosterone there, not a lot of estrogen. Yeah, if I could say it like that, right?
Man.
So I don't know.
And he got a sweet deal too, immunity deal.
Yeah.
Well, and we know that the text exchanges have been verified by an Israeli company, so we know that they're legitimate, right?
Yep.
Celebrate, yeah. So they're cool. You can't question that.
Well, the other thing I want to bring up, of course, is if this ever does go to trial, if they don't stage in a suicide in the jail because Tyler was all the evidence is so strong against Tyler, he decided to give it
slam dunk, yeah.
And he'll Jeffrey Epstein himself, and then this will all be forgotten. And all these right-wing influencers like Jack Posobiec, I was there, I saw the shot taken, he's guilty, death penalty.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I don't know if you saw
Brandy Siciliani said, I was in the courtroom today. There is no high quality zoomed in footage showing anyone taking a shot. The video shown is the same distance as the footage of Tyler, in brackets, jumping off the roof shown in this screenshot. I have no idea why people are claiming otherwise. They know the video isn't going to be released publicly. So they're misrepresenting what was actually shown in court. They're doing the trial they're doing this trial on X and social media. That should immediately taint any kind of a jury pool. There's going to be no way the defense can put a proper presentation together. Are they going to be allowed to talk about George Zinn? Are they going to be allowed to talk about CIA tradecraft, FBI tradecraft? Can they put the CIA on trial? What's going on here? I mean, there's so many things. And the Lance Triggs limited immunity. What are you talking about? Limited immunity? Does that give him immunity from lying? Does that give him immunity from being an FBI? FBI/CIA crisis actor getting paid? Are we even allowed to ask these questions? There's so many holes in this. It's just not right.
Oh, I had a chat. I was trying to, because we have so many people on there. The Bronx Stomper had, I don't know if I can find his comment again from the chat, but he was talking about a bullet found. He interested, I think he said it was I heard that they talked about that another bullet was found on another roof, and they claimed it was a police officer. So of course they don't know who the police officer was. They didn't keep the bullet. I mean, all kinds of standard operating procedure. But Bronx Stopper had indicated, I think it was a 22 or Bronx Stopper. He put it in the chat again, and then it was like he thought it was on the same rooftop where Tyler was. I don't think that's true. Were there two of these cases? Was there one on the other roof? Was there a bullet found where Tyler was?
Well, Officer Bagley, I believe he was the first one that was asked about that by Kathy Nestor.
223, yeah. Okay.
223? Yeah. And that officer, he's the one that said he turned on his body cam right after the Big Bang, and then about a half hour later is when he went up to the Losey Center, to the roof. And when he got up there, right before the supposed screwdriver was found, the battery on his body cam died.
Yep. How convenient.
Very convenient.
How convenient.
Incredibly amazing.
And those things last, I've looked into it, at least 14 hours.
Yep.
And his died within, I think it was 27 minutes. But he was asked about that. I think he did too. He was asked about that bullet that you're talking about. And I believe it was also Agent Brian Davis was asked about it. And he also said that it was ejected from another officer that was on that building.
And we didn't think it should keep, or finding it. Just like they found that empty holster too. Didn't they find an empty holster?
Oh yeah, Bagley said there was a holster on the ground. Oh, and the guy that he went up to the roof with that said he was a police officer or something of that nature. We don't know who that is either. We have no idea who he went up on that roof with.
Same with the gun in the woods. They don't have a video footage of that either.
No,
apparently they don't have.
Yeah. Somebody pointed that. Yeah. The body cam fell then too.
So, and also Andrew Colvett had posted a video on TikTok, and he's all talking about, the Turkey Tom and Lance Twiggs.
Yeah.
He's all about.
Yeah, the Turkey Tom video.
Yeah.
Where somebody pulled out their camera and literally went through Lance Twiggs' diary and was filming all the pages of it. And it looked like the place had been turned upside down. Like that was probably that video was probably taken after they went into the police went into that apartment. Sorry to cut you guys off.
In my personal opinion, I think it's all slop. The drawings and all this stuff. It's like, why is Andrew Colvett pushing? He said it just yesterday. You should go watch this video on Substack and go look at the pictures of the drawings. And I'm like, why is he saying this? Is Lance Twiggs their second scapegoat? Like, I'm not sure what's going on here, but I'm not buying it. And the vibe, my internal, woman vibe right now is going, something's not right with Lance Twiggs.
No. And I think that was coordinated. I think that was coordinated with Andrew Colvett and then with Blake Neff as well going into spaces. They're up to something, I think. By trying to act like they really want to get to the bottom, they want to get to the truth.
I
want to make sure. I'm sorry, go ahead, Joe. But I wanted to quickly ask because you guys know more about it than me, best. But when they introduced this evidence that the defense didn't want introduced, I guess about the Twiggs talking about the text exchanges, do they have audio supposedly of Robinson himself saying these things, or is all the testimony Twiggs recounting what he said? I mean, is there any audio of him saying it or not?
Well, Tyler didn't. He invoked his fifth. So Tyler did invoke his fifth at 6:25 p.m. at the Washington County Sheriff's Office, according to the court transcript that we have through the discovery documents. It's on video. So anything he said after that, it really doesn't matter. It's not admissible.
And he's not testifying at the preliminary. He's not testifying at all.
No.
I did just want to touch back on the Turkey Tom video. So I just want to point this out. If Andrew Colvett is telling us that we should go watch this video, first of all, that's already sus. Second of all, when you actually go watch the video that he actually tells you to, it actually makes Lance look like an absolutely, completely horrible witness. He's not credible at all. He's got mind problems. He doses shrooms all the time. He goes on rants in his house, destroying it. He lives in a cesspool of filth. And this is going to be the key witness. I don't know why he would do that. So that sort of reinforces Allie's point that he's a part of the slop in this too, because he's not a credible witness if you go and look at those videos. He was a pretty messed up kid. He may not have been a furry, but he wasn't 100% credible as a witness either, right?
It's their backup.
I've heard his family's come into some money too. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard some. So yeah, Barrett Holman, I think, said something about that.
Allie, I'm interested. What do you and Joseph think of the? Because again, we hear so many things that the people in X are bragging that Tyler's mother said he did it, or his father said he did it. All his family said he did it. The mother's helping with the prosecution, and yet you have Candace Owens and everybody. As far as we know, his family privately, we know his grandfather, Steve mentioned earlier, said they thought he was framed. Thinks he didn't do it. Do we have any idea? Are they still standing behind their son, or are they going to cooperate with the authorities?
From what I heard, allegedly, now we talk about the grandfather, but we're talking about the parents now. They say he didn't do it. So that's I've heard this allegedly. I don't want to quote it, right? But
Right,
You know,
through
this person-
diligent denizen, he posted those texts that he's in communication. I'm not going to say who it is. I think I know who it is, but they're a very close relative to the parents, and they've come out and said that that Tyler never said that he did it to them, and that they only helped him surrender because they were concerned about his safety, because they didn't want him, to die in a police raid or something. And I think that was probably the plan. I think that they were gonna, get rid of him, like in a shootout.
Maybe.
Yeah, and I think the parents were like, "Let's get you to the sheriff's office right now," and just for his own safety. But the text messages that Diligent Denizen on X that he put on his X page, that relative says the parents don't think he did it. He turned himself in the afternoon of September 11th, and that he never confessed to the parents.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Twisted
Allie.
Pistols. It's insane about the text messages. What you guys, again, they've been Twisted Pistols. They've been verified by an Israeli company. Come on, what else do you need? So do we think? And you saw how they were scripted, the way they were, the text of them were so Hollywoodish. Nobody talks like that. Are any of these texts real? What do you guys think?
I mean, it looks
Just
edited.
read them.
Looks edited to me. We kind of did it online already. If you haven't looked, at the top of at the top of the screen, we already know it's cracked. It looks like somebody took a screwdriver and went bam right in the left-hand corner, so you can't see the timestamp.
Yeah,
Well,
of his phone, right?
of his phone. And then if you look down, the phone doesn't do that. It says Wednesday, and then if you look at the top, the text blurb doesn't match the line of the phone. So when I look at it, because I do photography, when I look at stuff, I'm like, is this edited? What am I looking at? Show me the transcript of the phone from the phone company or whatever. Don't show me this picture of a phone. What is that showing us?
Allie, if you get a chance, maybe you've seen it already, and Chris too. If you've seen it, Trigger Smart on X and on YouTube, he was covering the trial, and he posted on his X page that they accidentally showed another letter.
Yeah,
The one that doesn't. Yes, and it doesn't match the one that was on Twiggs's phone that he took a picture with him and burnt, apparently.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I posted that right away. As soon as it happened, I went bam, 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 poof, and I put it out. And then Baron shouted me out yesterday because he's just like, okay, Ollie just posted this right away. They made a mistake. They swiped it off the screen in court, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm faster than that, honey.
No wonder they adjourned until September.
Yeah. They got to fix all this stuff that's going on now.
That happened just today, right? I thought it wasn't supposed to go for 10 days or something.
That was the note in the burnt note that they released. They weren't supposed to. Was yesterday.
Yeah,
that was yesterday.
But then they had another, stumble with the video today too, right?
No. In the morning, when the court just got in session, all they talked about was the note, how it got released for an hour.
I missed that because I wasn't with you in the beginning.
For 1 hour, Dawn, they were talking about.
Hold on. So that actually happened first thing this morning on camera at the courthouse.
How upset they were that got leaked.
What?
Yeah.
Wasn't the defense attorneys like, hey, judge, what's going on? I mean, now I can get like a framed picture and put it on my wall at home with this letter. Is that what he was saying? He's like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Well, it's too late now. And you should see. Did you see the judge? He was just like staring like this. Like he was just like, what is happening? Yeah. So was it leaked on purpose? I don't know. I was telling Chris, I go, that was leaked on purpose. I don't know.
But in terms
of the actual letter. Sorry. So go ahead, Don. Sorry.
No. I said in terms of the actual timeline, though, I had heard that it was supposed to last 10 days to 2 weeks or something, and it was a week, right? So was that why they made the sudden decision? We're not coming back. So that's a long time. September. That just seems like, especially when the defense wasn't cross-examining people. I mean, what?
It's not that long if you think about it. It's only a little bit over 6 weeks. Not that long.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
Well, see the defense they did. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I was going to say. I was under the impression it was going to be longer too, more than a week. Like I thought we were going to get 7 to 10 days of actual proceedings.
Yeah.
So when they broke, or when they went to show that video, took a little bit of a break and came back and it was over today, I was like, what the F was that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was literally shocked. I'm like, and then they said we're adjourning to basically the end of the summer, beginning of fall. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, originally we were taken back, but then our chat was like, it's only 6 weeks. But we're like, what happened this week that made them jump, you know, 6 weeks away and stop the preliminaries? It was just
They didn't want us to see the note.
I haven't had so many. Yeah, absolutely. I haven't had so many views on my posts ever on X with this trial. And I think for sure they know, they're watching this. They're watching the public's reaction to this. And I think they just aborted.
Oh yeah.
That's what I think. I think they just aborted. They're going to take a little over a month to get their stuff together and come back and try to do it again.
I was helping Barron because of the handwriting, because I think they didn't want this note to get out because of the handwriting. And we all know Tyler Robinson is right-handed, but the person that wrote this is left-handed. And that's what we're getting at here. And when I was in that X space with Blake Neff, I got attacked in there. So there's people now, there's campaigns, guys, for like people like me that are not really, I'm not that big. I'm okay on X, and I have 8K on YouTube, but they're starting to attack us, like a literal campaign to stop us from researching and helping. So the note was a big thing because they didn't want it out there. And now the handwriting, when you look at it, is Lance left-handed? I don't know. I don't think
We can't cross-examine him. We can't ask him because he just gave a pre-recorded interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering, did they reveal when that was recorded? Did we get that information?
Well, the first one, he gave one. Apparently, he gave one the next day that was recorded, but they decided not to use that one, and then they recorded another one with him. I think in April. I think that's the one we saw that they.
So that was. So the one we saw was from a couple months ago, then.
If that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
And you can see how much longer his hair is there. If you remember the image that somebody got when he was at a gas station, it was much shorter. So I wonder how short his hair was actually the day of September 10th. I don't know. I think his alibi was that he slept in until noon or something that day. So he had no idea I don't know if he even has an alibi. So I'm wondering if that was actually twigs and all that footage that they show of somebody walking around the campus at UVU. I don't know.
I don't know. The one at the gas station does not look like him.
Twisted Pistol says the texts are a literal confession, yet his defense did zero pushback on their authenticity. Is that true?
I think they didn't address it, but I also think that they're not going to address that till trial.
Yeah, they're not addressing a lot of things, guys.
Like certain things you need to address now, but that, I guess, this would just be my guess, that the defense sees that as such an easy thing to rip apart that they're just not going to bother. Save it for trial, destroy it if they bring it up, right? And
So you guys haven't lost all confidence in the defense. You think that he will have a defense? Because I have no confidence in him. But
well, I don't know. After they didn't cross Agent Davis today, I don't know. Honestly, what do you guys think?
I'm not saying we have full confidence, but we haven't lost full confidence, if that makes sense. There is strategic options for not throwing an objection at everything. Because if you do, then you got to spill your hand. You got to tell them everything you know if you object to it and why. So there can also be reasons why maybe they're not willing to do that on certain topics yet.
Let the prosecution lay out their cards and then, save it for.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point. That's a great point. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Because like for some of the things, like the text messages, like I think it'd be pretty easy to kind of destroy those. But I'm surprised they didn't object more. For example, the example you just gave was the other agent there today. I think they should have put back on that.
Yeah.
I mean, how here it is right here. Here's the booking sheet. How hard would it have been said, Agent Davis, why does your booking sheet say you arrested Tyler at 10 p.m.? How hard would that have been? I mean, then we'd all know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that, I feel like they should have pushed back on. But if it's like a detail like the text messages that, is probably going to be ripped apart pretty quickly, especially considering you can question their entire chain of custody because they were torched and it was a screen grab and blah, blah, blah.
We've talked a lot about.
I think that would be something that you'd probably be able to tear apart later. But if you're not going to cross-examine like a critical witness like that beforehand, then you can't quite say, oh well, we didn't have a chance later on when you clearly had a chance to do it in this setting.
Yeah.
Well, Matt asked in the chat, how can they be sure that Lance wasn't signed on his account? So they should be wondering, somebody was obviously signed in, texting, making that incriminating statement or whatever he said. I mean, to me, that's an area. It could have just been a practical joke or maybe, but they had access to his account, right, to do it?
And he was Twig said he was in that Discord. So
yeah.
And if the defense already has the Discord logs, right? Then that might be something they're like, no, we're not going to worry about that because we've already got it debunked. Well, if they want to put a whole bunch of faith in that, then we'll destroy them at trial. Like that's my opinion of that stuff because,
because wouldn't that instantly discredit their star witness? Like, I mean, if they could prove he was in there trying to frame his friend. I mean,
absolutely, but I think they would still have enough other evidence to push it to trial anyways, because I don't see there's any way it's not going to go to trial.
No,
just because of the state that it's in, there's no way it's not going to. So when you already know that as the defense, maybe you just don't want to tip too much of your cards. Like you want to push back a bunch, right, just to show you're not going to roll over. But I think it does. There is a certain amount you would want to keep to yourself, but again, like how we've already talked about, I think there's definitely some angles that they should have pushed on and didn't.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you guys say? I wanted to get your opinion. Do you think Tyler Robinson is safer where he's at now, or if he were to get bail while he's awaiting trial?
Oh, I think there would be hell raised if they came in bail. I think the Republican Party would erupt.
Yeah, I think that bail wouldn't be enough. They would have to bail him and then pay for his family to move states. Like bailing him might I don't know if that makes him safe or not.
I'm concerned about his safety in Provo personally. I mean, we all know what can happen. The EP Stein fella, what happened to him?
Yeah, exactly.
And the people all believe that they are, I don't know how many times they're in slam dunk case, overwhelming, and then they say retard and talk about Candace Owens. That's their entire argument. It's it's like they have video of him. Yeah, but you never see his face.
We have a mountain of evidence. We have so much evidence.
Mountain of evidence, yes.
Molehills of evidence.
Like Barron said, we put the parents up on the stand. Put somebody up there.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Absolutely disgusting.
No, absolutely. This is a fascinating conversation. We got to wrap it. Allie, I want to, Steve was right singing your praises, and you had who was it? Someone in the audience, Debbie Smith, I think it was, said, "Make sure you tell Allie I love her." I think it was Debbie Smith. I hope I got that right. So
she's one of my YouTube followers, and she's great. She's just super.
She's one of our mods as well. She's a big
amazing.
sweetheart. Yeah, she's a big
wonderful.
sweetheart. She's always looking for new creators to get new information from, and she's just the biggest sweetheart in the world.
Well, I'd like to get you. I'd like to have you, because we could do several parts of this, and it's a shame. I was hoping the preliminary hearing was going to go on a little longer. We could analyze it more, but I'd love to have you guys back. You and Chris both, and certainly Steve, and also Greg Lake, if we could. That would be great.
Yeah, I put 2 pictures there on the bottom. If you want to pull those up before we leave.
Okay,
I don't know
let
if
me
you see it.
Let's see it. Okay.
So here we have. Okay, so this is a cell phone. So shout out to Sam Parker for posting this, but the yellow lines are my lines. So you can see the text blurb is above the line on the phone. You guys see that?
Yeah. So see how there's the header area. So it should be clean across. Like your text bubbles don't go up and over that, right? It doesn't. That's not how your screen works on an iPhone. You
If you ever look at your text messages on your phone, your text messages doesn't really go above that, but
Yeah.
also the time right where that phone is cracked or smashed, like very important stuff. And then if you look further down, it says Wednesday. I mean, from what I heard, that phones don't do that.
Yeah, like it'll give you, like, if you have conversations on Wednesday, it'll label it Wednesday, the date, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But if you type again an hour later, it's not going to go Wednesday again.
Wednesday.
Right? It's not going to do that.
Right. It's going to update the
So there's
time.
so it's just a little bit of anomalies of this conversation that they showed that we just sort of picked
Interesting.
up on.
Okay, well,
Did you guys also notice?
Put up the
Did you
other one
also,
here. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yep. And
did
then
you guys also notice? Oh, go ahead. I was going to say, did you guys notice how they also cropped the time of when Robinson was in the sheriff's office?
Yes.
Yeah.
They just showed like a 4 second clip.
That's
And they-
clearly Tyler Robinson. You can tell with the back of his head. I mean,
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
Leg, I
There's
guess,
two
or-
different backpacks, two different hats.
Clearly. Yeah.
I could tell by the hairs on the back of his neck. That was
It's a
definitely
slam
Tyler
dunk,
Robinson.
yeah.
Oh yeah, come on.
So why aren't we?
What's the
questioning-
significance of this photo, Allie?
Okay, so they're both supposed to be Tyler Robinson, right? We all know he changed clothes, but what I am showing here is there's two different backpacks.
Yeah.
So gotcha, I gotcha.
So what is he doing now?
Second
Switching
backpack.
shoes. Yeah, switching shoes, switching outfits, switching hats, switching backpacks. Okay, guys, like,
This
come
is
on.
too much.
Come on.
I guess you got to have a backpack for every outfit.
I mean, how about if this was your son and he was at UVU and now he's on trial for this? This could be anybody's kid. You cannot just take a grainy photo and say, yeah, oh, there's so much mountain of evidence. It's like, this is it.
Yeah.
Like this is.
Did you see Diligent Denizen did a height comparison too? He's boots on the ground at UVU, and Diligent marked off how tall Tyler is, 5'11", and compared to the footage. This guy's taller. This guy in this footage is taller than Tyler Robinson.
Yeah.
Lots and
You wanna
lots of.
see how-
We
You wanna
could
see how
go
tall
on.
Chris- you want to see how tall Chris is? Look how tall Chris
Yeah.
is. Look how short. Look, watch this.
So right now I'm sitting, Allie's standing.
I'm standing.
And I'm
Ready?
sitting.
Watch this.
Oh.
No way.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah. We did a comparison about hands because we way back in October we knew that wasn't Charlie's hands in the coffin, and she was mic'd
Yeah.
and she was being filmed
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, her
So
hands were bigger than his.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we like the Diligence height comparison because they showed the one picture of the one Tyler, and I'm like, look how lanky that guy is. He's almost as tall as me. Like he's only a few inches shorter than me. I'm like, Tyler's not that tall.
You guys, I hate
Come
to
on.
end it, but we've
you have
already
to go?
gone over, and I wish you guys would come on earlier too, because this has been fascinating. Steve was great. Allie and Chris, you have a lot to offer too, and I'd love
Thank
we
you,
have
thank
part two.
Allie, plug your channel. Plug your channel.
Yes. Okay. Alley Top Files
Please.
everywhere. The Alley Top Files on YouTube, X, and TikTok
And Instagram.
and Instagram. Yeah, I'm everywhere.
Joseph, did you have anything to promote or anything?
No, I'll just tell Mr. Cameron he made a nice visual presentation today.
Oh, thank you so much, Joseph. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
RB Ham, I'll be on RB Ham show as I am most Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Beyond the Pale is Rumble channel. We'll be talking, I think, about this same issue. RB, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, Matthew Ehret's going to be joining, and I just wanted to extend an invitation to everybody here if they want to come on tomorrow night onto my podcast and talk more about this and present all this stuff. Don, please send me contact info, and I'll send it out.
Yeah, I will do that. And Steve, again, Steve Cameron, my old buddy, thanks so much. You're doing a great job, and
thank you.
Looks like you're getting lots more fans from doing this. You're doing great work. So
Thank you, Steve, for inviting me, and nice to meet you, Don. And
nice to meet you.
Is it RB? Is it RB?
Yes, RB, yeah.
RB. Nice to meet you too, and thanks for having me.
I hope to see you guys
my
tomorrow night.
pleasure.
Then.
Yeah, hope to again, and we will definitely get together and have a part two. So thanks so much. Thanks, Steve. Thanks everybody. Thanks
you.
for coming on and great information. Thanks, a lot of participation out there in the audience. So thanks everyone in the chat. Everyone participates. Thanks so much for watching I Protest. We'll see you next week, same time. Take care.
See ya. Bye.
Take care.